Oh, that's smooth. Once again, he's not going for the kill and blow there. He's just like, he's given her opportunities to forfeit. No, I guess that would make sense. She had no idea RMC was as powerful as he was. But she probably knows how powerful her father is, which means why she wouldn't try to brainwash even him. Okay. It took me a bit to think about this, but it all, the logic lines up. In another universe, you could have just really worked with your sister. You guys could have ruled together, I bet. Your sister had a lot of, love for you. Oh no, my brainwashing. Like, I do get where she's coming from, and I can understand why it, like, causes her to go crazy, but it is kind of funny. It's like, oh no, my brainwashing, it's not around anymore. Wait, he stole memories? Aw, man, why do elves always gotta be dicks? She got someone killed. Oh, shoot. The guilt. So we took memories to protect her brain, but in doing so, we f***ed her so up she thought everything was... Oh. Ooh, Amelia. Resurrection magic, and you got, like, the spiritual tree here. This is what I like, too, is you see where everyone's mindsets were at and how they ended up where they did. There was a lot of mistakes that were made, but still. Hey, you know what? We were all haters of our MC saying, hey, can't you just make up with your sister? Maybe he came from a place of ignorance, but he was right in this case. So something I'm starting to notice with my status as an assassin is that it's actually more competent than even I was giving credit. And I've really liked this show. But the twists and turns that they did with the sister story went from something that I was walking in being like, I'm okay with sister just being a bitch. We're gonna have the generically evil, I'm envious, I don't like my sister, she was supposed to get everything, and woe is me. Yeah, I didn't expect her to be mind controlling the general public. I thought she just used her influence to do it. But, it was all functioning as I was expecting, and I was okay with that. I was still going to have fun with it, but yeah, it's nothing that we haven't seen before. And then they drop with the dad. So the dad immediately, it had me second guessing the episode, because as soon as he walks in and he's like, hey girl, the f*** are you doing? Punish you later, but yeah, stop manipulating the masses, you bitch. I'm kind of like, okay, we might have something here. And they also did some good logic, right? They immediately explained why the mind control worked on some, but probably not others. She tried it on her boy Akira, and he's like, nah, I'm good. My level be so high, basic memory manipulation and mind control isn't gonna work on me. So when the dad comes in, at first I was kind of like, well, why wouldn't she do it on him too right there? But of course she can't. Dad's probably way higher level than she is. She knows better than to try to manipulate dad. Everything's lining up. Still silly, still anime, but I'm here for it. I'm thinking they're covering the tracks that they need to, but it ain't gonna be the Mona Lisa plot twist. And to be honest, pretty good. Yes, it all stems with jealousy and resentment and feeling like your sister, who you were very in line with, you vibed with, you guys could have ruled the world together, and then randomly one day, Miss Amelia gets all the attention and everyone forgets you exist. It makes enough sense as they're, like, just leaving it like that, but adding in the dad removing tragic memories in hopes so you don't completely crash out. And it wasn't even like he preemptively did it just in hopes. Like, she was seemingly crashing out hard when her boy was dead. Like, she rushed into a dungeon, was given a Pokeball of monstrous origins, tosses that in, and Goblin Slayer was about to happen. She did her best. She was standing her ground. I can respect it. She's like, I don't want to bring other people into this. Unfortunately, yeah, we lost some people there. And if I'm not mistaken, it's the same Pokeball that happened at the end of either the first episode, yeah, the end of the first episode, when the princess of that kingdom hooked us up and it summoned a giant beast. So that shit's toxic as hell is all I'm saying. Resurrection magic, though. Resurrection magic's interesting. I didn't see that coming. I also thought the way the resurrection magic was happening was because the leaf and her magic did the thing, but it turns out the leaf is why he wasn't being manipulated by her memories, ability. But yeah, I mean, the crash out and the guilt of feeling like, man, I did all these things wrong, blah, 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 caused her to spiral. Dad says, okay, we're going to eliminate some memories. Hopefully this calms her down. Sadly, yeah, we see didn't quite work out. Hey, real quick, A lot of you aren't subscribed, but I notice you are returning. So you're not just randomly watching me one day. You keep coming back, but you're forgetting to subscribe. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe so you can stay up to date rather than trying to find me in a search algorithm that generally doesn't like me. Anyway, let's get back to the video. And it's crazy too, because I think what really is interesting, I'm not saying it excuses anything, but it certainly explains things, why she turned out the way she did. But seeing all the people surround her and like very much love her as a princess, like even if Amelia was supposed to be the number one, you know, to rule because of her powers and abilities and all that, like at the end of the day, like she very much was liked by the people. But it's interesting because you can look at how many billionaires there are in the world that have all the money in the world that should have no reason to be a petty little shit online and hurt people, but they never have enough. So imagine being a princess who, even though you have all this love around you, seeing the love, extra love, be targeted upon the next future heir, memories are already hazy. Envy's a hell of a drug. It can cause you to be a toxic little bitch. And to be honest, I walked into this thinking there's no way our boy last week, when he's like, hey, are you sure you sisters can't make up? I literally made the joke last week. Akira, I get where you're coming from. You had a nice family life, but clearly political assassination among siblings is not something we can get over. And we got over it. And I can't even say it's convenient writing. It all makes sense. It's really the memory manipulation. That's what ties it together. Dad removing memories, good intentions, poor execution, ties the whole package together. Really impressive stuff. Also, the animation in the fight was clean. I've seen a lot of elemental attacks this year, but there's very little with wind magic. Like, that's not something you see a lot of, especially when they use the wind as like a coating for the, I think she was using like a rapier. Really cool stuff. And when he uses his shadows to like consume it, so cool. Though I do have a question. This, I still haven't figured out what it means. So she was like doing some boosting magic, right? Like some wind status boosting magic. And then at first it seems like he's doing the same but with shadows, but then they like correct themselves and say, no, he's not. So I'm like, was that supposed to be shadow armor? Where are we going with this? Because I was getting some Hero Without a Class like vibes there for a minute. I was like, wait, are we just going to steal skills that we see? So I'm not sure exactly what that indicated, but it looked cool nonetheless. But easily the most enjoyable out of the four. I mean, it's very easy to take a lot of things that this show does and dumb them down to surface level. Oh, I could easily explain this show to someone right now who doesn't watch it and say, oh, princess got jealous over sister, manipulated the masses so she could have the power when dad wasn't around. Yeah, I mean, that's a fantasy storyline, okay. But once you add in the, oh, she actually felt guilty because she got someone killed, and even if they were brought back, you feel like a failure, you're spiraling, dad removes those memories, dad's a busy man who's not always around because he's an important elven figure, it starts becoming more complex and surface level allegations. And that's what I really like about the show. Wonderfully produced. I love the fuzzy flashbacks they do, like the little grainy filter they do when they're doing the flashbacks. I walked in expecting surface level bullshit among these sisters, and I was okay with it, and I came out with actually tragic isekai that's way better than I was expecting. Cinema. Your thoughts down below, though. Drop a like, share your support, subscribe if you're new around your Patrons, where you can catch those full live reactions, all this and more, and hey, I also like to give video shout outs to my patrons. So today we got Kakako, Blood iOS, Samantha, that random man anime man, Paul Tar, Claire, A, and we also have Ed Var. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.